source for the sports gamer.
How's it going, sports gamers? Mike Straub, managing editor of Sports Gamers Online here with a big rumor surrounding the future of the EA Sports FIFA series. Now, earlier this week, Konami announced that Pro Evolution Soccer, the main rival to the EA Sports FIFA franchise, was not only changing its name from Pro Evolution Soccer to eFootball, but going to free-to-play with paid editions coming out later on. Now, with this announcement happening, many wondered if EA Sports would eventually go the same route with a FIFA or a different franchise, and based on the latest rumor making the rounds, it looks like FIFA will be doing just that. According to FIFA Insider Donk on social media, FIFA will be going to free-to-play with FIFA 23, but that's not all. The game will also add crossplay to the series, allowing players on different platforms to go up against one another. Now, that's all that's really known about the free-to-play plans for the EA Sports FIFA series, and because of how far off this likely is, I mean, FIFA 22 hasn't even launched yet, you should take this rumor with a grain of salt until everything's confirmed. We have at Sports Gamers Online reached out to EA, but was told they will not comment on any rumor or speculation, and they're, quote, excited about what fans can experience with FIFA 22 when that launches on October 1st. But what does a move to free-to-play for FIFA really mean? The first thing that came to mind is, why would EA Sports do this? FIFA is one of their biggest and best-selling games each and every year, and it makes billions of dollars in revenue on top of the game's sales. Of course, the game's sales aren't really the bulk of the revenue, as it's usually the game's microtransactions, specifically in the game's FIFA Ultimate Team mode. That being said, going to free-to-play could open up the doors to more microtransactions for Ultimate Team players, as not only will they be able to play the mode, but they won't have had to spend $60, $70, $80, or even $100 just to get into the game in the first place for other modes they're not even going to play. Now, on the split side of things, fans who don't like Ultimate Team. Well, if EA Sports does decide to go to free-to-play with FIFA 23, you'll likely see the ability to pay for the modes like a career mode, like a Volta, like a Pro Clubs, without the need to spend money on Ultimate Team, giving you the ability to pay for what you want. Of course, we don't and won't know about how much these individual modes will cost or what the plan is until the announcement is officially made, which, if it happens, isn't going to be until next summer at the earliest. So for now, FIFA 22 is moving along as scheduled. You'll have to pay for the game starting at $70 on the next-gen PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and $60 on the last-gen PS4, Xbox One, and PC. But just because the idea, and this is something that we've talked about at SGO for years, about getting away from annualized releases, can be a good one, that doesn't mean there aren't possible issues. After all, look at the backlash that eFootball got when Konami announced the transition to free-to-play and the change of the name from Pro Evolution Soccer. Would those playing on console get a better experience than those playing on mobile? Or, as it is the case with a lot of games, especially those with crossplay, they're developed often to the lowest common denominator platform, which in this case would be mobile, as they don't have the same hardware that new next-gen consoles have. So, will the game play similar on the next-gen consoles as the mobile, or will there be a different play, but you'll still be able to play against each other? These are all questions that we have to wait and see about the game and the future of not only eFootball, but FIFA Soccer as well. As we said, FIFA 22 launches on October 1st this year for the PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. And then there's FIFA Legacy Edition on Nintendo Switch, but obviously we don't recommend that at all because it's usually the same game as the past few years. But now, sports gamers, it's time to pass the questions off to you. What do you think about the idea of FIFA 23 going to free-to-play and having crossplay? Are you buying these rumors right now, or are you kind of just ignoring them until you see something more official or until the build-up for next year's game starts? Leave a like on this video and let us know in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe to Sports Gamers Online and hit that bell to be notified whenever a new video goes live. And as always, visit our website at sportsgamersonline.com.